Hello everybody. So this is day 3 of Tip and Tone. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm hoping that you're loving the workouts, and whether you're starting out on a fitness journey or you just want quick workouts to either tack on to something else or just really get in a consistent routine when times are busy, I am happy you're here. So I incorporate a tip of the day. So today's tip is adding more fresh fruits and vegetables to your plate. So yesterday I talked about sleep, the day before I talked about protein. Adding fresh fruits and vegetables is going to add good vitamins and minerals. It's also going to keep you fuller longer and add some fiber. So between the protein and the fiber in each meal, you're just going to feel fuller, longer, and less inclined to snack. And I'm a big proponent of adding things to your nutrition instead of just kind of taking away. So adding more fresh fruits and vegetables, it's natural sugars, no added sugars, and definitely green leafy vegetables are just so good for you, so good for you. When you keep fuller longer, it's going to give you really a normal blood sugar through the day, and it will leave you fuller, so you'll be less inclined to snack. And when you snack, it really sets off a hormonal response with insulin and cortisol. And being that today's workout is core, thinking about the midsection, when those cortisol levels rise, it really messes with your midsection weight gain if you're experiencing that. So that's my tip of the day, adding maybe something new, experiment, especially if you have children. It's nice to kind of go shopping with them and say, hey, pick out something new, let's try it. So big fan of try things and then replace what needs to be replaced. But keep trying and adding those fresh fruits and vegetables. We all get stuck in that routine of the same things at the grocery store, myself included. And I have even been trying to add different fruits, different vegetables. So I love it. And eat the rainbow. That's my tip of the day. All right, so today's workout is core. 10-minute core work. I'm going to show you a few exercises that are my favorites. Some are going to be standing, some are going to be on the mat. I'll try to give as many options as I can. I do have one dumbbell, so you'll have a one dumbbell option for some of them. I'm just going to leave them to the side along with my water. Again, just quick second tip, drink your water. It's going to keep you fuller longer, feeling good, especially if you're busy and on the run and doing all these errands. Having water in the car, or with you in your backpack or purse or briefcase can really, really help you feel fuller and just feel more clear in your head and not like foggy and maybe dizzy and lightheaded. So stay hydrated too. Okay, with that being said, I have one dumbbell. I'm just gonna start with a little bit of a warm-up, and the first two exercises are standing, so they'll serve as a little bit of warm-up. Inhale up and exhale. Again, inhale up, find that connection to the core, that little pull in through the abdominals, and just sink your breath. This time is for you. This is for you, and I'm so glad you're here. Last one. Let's do one more little standing cat and cow. So I'll show you from the side. We're just gonna round and release. So we're gonna just round, and this feels great on your upper back too. And just kind of letting those arms flow. Just sinking that breath. And then we're gonna do one more, and we're just gonna roll those shoulders up and back, really opening the chest. So we don't wanna just roll the shoulders. We wanna really think about opening the chest and just keeping that connection to your core. And let's take another deep breath up. Exhale. Okay, if you need longer warm-up, you can absolutely take it, but again, we're not gonna be doing any jumping here or anything. These first two are gonna get you a little bit warmer. So the first one is a side standing crunch. You're gonna have your hands behind your head, which activates all the muscles in the chest and the shoulders. Abs are tight, and we're gonna bring our elbow right behind the knee. So we're gonna stay on this side. All the exercises today will be about 45 seconds, but the first ones that are right and left will be 30 seconds each. So this is also great. You're kind of getting balance here, and this knee is slightly bent. So we're gonna be here for about 30 seconds. So you're just kind of bringing that elbow behind the knee. Good, and then just tapping that toe down. Good. few more, really keeping those lower abs tight and really keeping that chest open. Good for balance too. Last one. Take a deep breath up, and we're gonna go right to the other side. I'm gonna really try to keep this to 10 minutes, I promise. So you may feel better on one side. You don't wanna go too slow, but you don't want to go too quick. Kind of takes a little bit to find that balance. So if you're somebody who doesn't like crunches, if you don't like to do crunches on the floor, this is a great alternative. And you're also getting legs, you're getting balance. Bringing that rib right to your hip. Good, using your low abs and your obliques to get that knee up. And last one, good. Next one is we're gonna use a dumbbell, but don't worry, if you don't have a dumbbell, don't worry about it. You can just use your hands together. It can be light or heavy. I have a 10, so we're gonna do a staggered wood chop. You're gonna take your left foot forward, right toe back, so about 80% of your weight's here, about 20% here. Weight is held just like this, and we're gonna bend the knee and come up over the shoulder. So we're gonna stay here for 30 seconds. Now I am bending the knee a little bit, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's a big squat. It's just more or less to get, I'll show you from the side, to get that weight down and up. Now I'm not going behind my head, and I have a slight bend in the elbow. So we'll do 30 seconds aside. Again, you can repeat this workout, you can watch it, but you wanna keep those low abs tight. Again, keep going. If you don't have a weight, just get used to the motion. All right, 3, 2, 1, and we'll go to the other side. So you're gonna have your right foot forward and that left toe up, left toe down, left heel up, and we'll go right down. There's so many ways you can do a wood chop. You can do it with a lunge, you can do it with a squat. This is a staggered squat. You also get that bonus, keep going, of working this glute here because you're pressing into this foot. So that's why these standing exercises are so great. They're so functional. Think about how many times a day you do this movement. If you're picking something up, grabbing something, unloading your dishwasher, maybe you're a golfer. So it's a great, let me show you from the side. It's a very functional exercise. Last one, plus it gets the heart rate up a little bit. All right, we're gonna come down to the mat. All right, so come on down. Next one is going to be a Russian twist. So you're gonna take a weight, but if you don't have a weight, you can just use your hands. So you're gonna come up, your knees are bent, and then you're gonna just lean back a little bit. So you wanna keep your chest open, and we're gonna hold onto that dumbbell. I like to hold it this way. Pulse, and then go to the other side. We'll do this for about 40 seconds. Now, if you're new to this one, maybe do it without the weight or just a light weight. Keep going. So I'll show you you can take even a water bottle, but you want to keep your chest open. And I like the double pulse. It gives you another chance to squeeze. So you're keeping the low abs tight, and you're gonna exhale, good. Now, if you wanted to, you can make it harder by elevating the feet. It's a little harder, but you don't want to compromise your form. A few more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Good, I'm gonna put that down. Good, the next one, you're gonna be on your elbows. So we're right here. Your legs are gonna be up. You're on your elbows, chest is lifted. Flex your feet, and we're gonna slowly bring the heels down. You're gonna keep your low abs tight. So right now, I'm just doing a single. If your heel goes to the ground and you arch your back, you've gone too far. So maybe you go here. You wanna make sure that you're not arching. So now you can take both down and come up. Again, you're nice and light on those elbows. So this is another one if you don't like crunches. Now, if you really wanna make it harder, you're gonna bring the knees in and out, okay? Nice and slow. So I really like this one. You can have the legs up a little higher. Pull the knees in, squeeze, and press out, okay? Just nice and easy. Again, if you like this variation better, single or double, you're really gonna feel those lower abs. And last one, good. Let's come up, sit up, and just come over those legs. I love this stretch. If you take your hands to your toes and take your eyes to your center, you're gonna feel a nice stretch in the low back, also the upper back. And you're just gonna round the shoulders. You don't want your shoulders up by the ears. Quick little stretch in between. All right, we are going to a side plank. This is one of my favorites. So you're gonna be on your elbow. I'll show you a modification. I'm just gonna keep my weight here. So your modified side plank is one knee down, one leg extended right here. You have a straight line from your fingertips down, and we're gonna drop that hip and release. Modification right here. We're only gonna do 30 seconds a side, low abs nice and tight. To make it harder, you're gonna stack, same thing. Lift and lower the hips. Now, if you really wanna make it harder, you're gonna take a dumbbell at your hip and hold it there and go down and up. Again, you have to go by how you feel, or you can just hold the plank with that additional weight. You're gonna feel it big time. So either way, right here is fine. Just drop and release. Good, and time. So you wanna make sure that that elbow stays under the shoulder. We're gonna go right to the other side. Use your breath here. I'll bring that weight over. So again, right here, 30 seconds, down and up. I'll show you all the different ways to do this, but you wanna keep this ear off your shoulder. You don't wanna be down there. So, take it in stages. Maybe you do a few seconds, and then you come down and then try a few more. You don't need a lot here. And again, if you don't like this hip drop, just hold. And then you can take that weight. This is very challenging, just holding that weight there without the hip drop. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, you're gonna feel that in the bottom oblique. All right, next up, I'm looking at my little cheat sheet. I'm gonna get a quick sip of water. Okay, plank dumbbell pull. This is a great one, and I'll show you an option. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can just hold a plank. So you're gonna be in a high plank. Now, if you're just starting out, maybe you have your knees down. This is a good alternative, but if you wanna make it harder, you're gonna come to your toes. You're gonna be in that plank. You're gonna have your dumbbell. It's in the perfect position, right outside your right arm. Keeping the hips still, you're gonna pass that dumbbell. Now I'm gonna put my feet a little wider so that I don't rock and roll my hips. And then you're just gonna pass it, but keep everything still. You can do this with a light weight. You can do it with a heavier weight. Now, if you don't have a weight, maybe you just do some shoulder taps. That's also gonna challenge your core. Now you can do that here as well. And you can also do this in a modified position. You wanna make sure you find that plank, reach under, find it, hold it, and then you grab right there. So you wanna make sure you come to that plank, hands under your shoulders. It's a challenge to keep those hips from moving. 4, 3, 2, let's get one more, 1. Ooh. Again, you can just hold the plank on that one and then add the weight when you feel like it. All right, next one, we're going to a bicycle. This is probably one of my, oh no, not the bicycle, the pullover. Pullover to a bridge. Okay, so we're gonna take the weight. Again, if you don't have it, don't worry. Your feet are apart, okay, heels in line with the hips. Slight bend in the elbow. You're gonna pull over, and as you come up, you're gonna bridge. It's a shoulder bridge, so your shoulder blades are down, and you're getting a little added bonus with the lats, because this pullover that I'm doing is a lat move. So my head is down, so if you don't like crunches, this is an excellent one to incorporate. And again, if you don't have a weight, you can use a can, 2 cans of anything, vegetables, a couple of water bottles, just to create a little bit of resistance. So you're down and you're squeezing, so you get a little benefit through the glutes as well. So this is so much more than just, just the front of your abs. You're working the low back, you're working the glutes and hamstrings, they're all tied together. Last one, and time. We're gonna put that weight down and we're gonna go to bicycles. So I'll show you an option. If you're just starting out, Hands nice and loose right above the ears. You're just gonna cross. Or just like that, okay? Just get that twisting motion. You can even add a knee, okay? So the real bicycle, we're gonna come up here. We're gonna extend shoulder towards the knee and keep the back flat. So that spine is gonna be down. So just make sure that your hands are nice and light. They're just supporting the head. So again, if you don't like this version, and remember, you want that rotation through the core, the elbows back a little bit. It doesn't matter if your elbow touches your knee. Again, you can be right here or right here. Maybe you just add that leg up. This is a great one for the obliques and also the upper and lower abs because your head, neck, and shoulders stay up the whole time. So we get 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest your head, hug your knees into your chest. Good. All right, roll yourself up. Again, if it's uncomfortable to roll up like that, just roll to the side and then come up. All right, we are going to one of my favorite exercises, a superhero. So we're gonna go into your prone position here. So I'll show you 2 options. You're gonna extend the arms like a superhero. Your feet are apart, your toes are pointed, and you're gonna keep your nose parallel to the mat. You don't wanna lift the head up, you wanna lift the chest up. It's not a big movement. So head and chest is lifted, hands are down, feet are down. You're gonna breathe in, you're gonna keep your lower abdominals contracted, which is a funny feeling when you're in this position. So you're gonna reach through the crown of the head, lift your right arm and your left leg, put it down, and then left arm, right leg. So I'm showing you like the levels that you could start out with, but if you know one that's bigger, better, or serves you better, I will show you those. So again, if you wanna make this harder, we're gonna lift both arms and both legs together. And maybe you don't tap down as much in between. Maybe you lift from a lifted position. Notice my hips are down, squeezing the glutes a little bit, keeping long through the legs. Now, rest for a second. I'm just gonna show you how to make it a little bit more, this will get your heart rate up a little bit, but it is a good exercise. It's called swimming. So you're gonna do the same exact thing, but you're going to alternate arms and legs, but you're going to move a little faster, but still in control. So you lift everything up, and then you just swim the legs, swim the arms, but be careful not to lift. Again, you can do the other variations here. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, and make sure that you're breathing. So try not to do this. We really want to lift from nice straight legs. Maybe you just do the legs. Maybe you keep the hands down. That works too. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back into child's pose. That's a great counter stretch for this one. We are almost there. I'm going to show you another exercise or 2. Come onto your back again. All right. This one is with a dumbbell. So we're gonna do a sit up to a press. So the weight's at your chest. You're gonna have the head, neck, and shoulders lifted, knees bent. You're gonna come up and press. Okay, if that is just not gonna work for you, maybe you stay here, right with the crunch with the weight, or hands behind your head with crunches, or maybe you just practice the roll up, okay? And this is a Pilates exercise, a roll up. I do have my legs, my knees bent. Normally we do this with straight legs, but you can be right here. What you don't want to do is this. You want to use your arms smart for controlled momentum. So come up, curl the chin to your chest, and then roll it up. So either way is fine. And we did that pull over. I like to hold my head up, but you can put your head down like this and then curl the head, neck, and shoulders up. I just like to keep my eyes on my knees so I don't strain my neck. Sometimes when we look up, we add strain to the neck. I know I'm throwing a lot at you. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. All right, one more. Let me just show you one more. All right, this is the pullover like we did with the bridge, but this is a really nice one. It adds a little reverse curl. So I'm gonna show it to you without the weight. We've been doing a lot with the weight. Okay, so you're gonna have your hands together. So you're gonna bring the arms back and crunch and lift the hips up a little bit. And then you come down and up. So you're controlling the lift, tucking that chin before you come up. Now, if you wanna make it harder, you're gonna extend one leg out. Right there, and right there. Alternating it. If you're really down for it, both legs out. But make sure your head goes down, especially if you have a weight in your hands with the pullover. Keep going. Again, you can stay right here. You can also tap the toes down. Lots of variations here. You've probably seen a lot of these. 4, 3, you gotta keep that spine imprinted though. If you tap the toes down, you don't wanna arch the back. Last one. And hug your knees in. Awesome job. We're gonna just stretch out a little bit. You did great. I know this is probably over 10 minutes, but I like to do a lot of discussion and teaching while I'm showing you the exercises. All right, we're gonna take our feet down a little wider than your mat and take your arms out in a T. So you're just nice and relaxed here. Your feet are a little wider, and we're just gonna drop our knees to the right and to the left. This is a great stretch for the low back. It's a great way to open the chest. You want to keep those shoulder blades down. And because your knees, your feet were a little wider, you're going to get that 90-90 stretch in the hips. So feel free to hold it to one side. Just keep both shoulders down. Breathe. And then go to the other side. Excellent job. And then come back to center, bring the knees into the chest, and just give yourself a little hug. If your knees bother you, hug behind the knees, and just rock side to side. Give that lower back a little massage. And then lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. We're gonna roll up, but if that's not for you, roll to your side and use your palms to help you come up. Come on up, right there. Let's finish in child's pose. One of my favorite ways to kind of relax the back. Again, you can walk those arms in. We don't want too much tension through the shoulders. If you like to do a little upward facing dog or a little sphinx pose here, please add that in. Getting a little extension in the spine and then coming back into your child's pose. Walking the hands in. Let's take a nice big deep breath up. And then come on up to a standing position and another big deep breath. And then bring those arms in front and just release that lower back a little bit. This is a great way to release that low back. Big deep breath, big inhale, exhale. And if you want a little fold forward, let's take it. If you want, just make sure you either come halfway down. If you feel good about it in your back, lower down, shake your head yes and no. Maybe you're holding onto your legs or the floor. Bend the knees and roll it up. Last thing to come up is your head. Really articulate through that spine. Big shoulder roll, big deep breath, hands into your heart. And day 3, 10-minute workout. Again, it was a little longer. That's okay. And hopefully, you're enjoying these and you're staying true to your health and wellness goals. You're doing something great for yourself. And I applaud you for staying with it and including this workout into your day. Have a great time. I will see you tomorrow.